Hey, everybody, welcome to another edition of the Chill Stream. So, things have changed quite a bit. Well, not quite a bit, a little bit. Today, we were supposed to interview Chris and Diane for the Great Cyclopean campaign over number 8, campaign over on From My Comics, but that didn't happen. Hopefully, it's going to happen next week. It might happen a little bit earlier in the night. Um, I'm not sure whether tonight's going to last 2 hours because I am feeling really, really tired. I've been feeling it for the last 4 or 5 hours. Also, this stream was almost over on my Pied Piper channel because instead of setting it up initially on Cost Comics, I set it up over for my Pied Piper, which would have been unique. I'd say not sure how many people I would have got. But yeah, so I hope everybody enjoyed last week's stream. Hey, Samantha, how are you? And I hope you guys have been enjoying your my various painting videos. Um, of course, everybody's seen this one. Hey, Elk, this was the first one, and now everybody has seen. Well, hopefully everybody's seen this one. Not the best, but hey, it's where I'm starting. The blue's not too bad, the red's not too bad, but I have since this I've upgraded my paints, or some of them, anyways. Um, hey, good night, Spoon. I enjoy light. I enjoy a little in life. Well, that can be a good thing or a bad thing. And of course, you haven't seen this complete, but by Friday on air, you will see this complete. The Canadian Shield, with a little bit of a background, a little bit of the Pier 4 area. Although where I was doing this, there were ships, docks in behind in this area, but and probably the water was not quite the same. I've got to figure out some things. So yeah, this will be there'll be an episode, 15-minute episode going up tomorrow, and then the last little bit on Thursday. I used to love John. Oh, that's well. It's not good that you used to love John. Hopefully, you can love it again. Um, and then today, when I was out, I did, and so this one here will be up Friday and Saturday, and you should show the ships. Ships are cool. Yeah, I might do some painting with them. Um, eventually, I switched places today. Um, I'm gonna try and start going different places. The city, I'm not sure. It was still vaguely in the same area, but anyways, I did this today. The bat symbol. Uh, got arthritis in my hands, so I don't draw much anymore. Okay, I can get that. And then something totally not related to superheroes at all. Um, Although it was inspired by the area I was in, it's not exactly the same as the area that I was in. Um, this little scenic area. And these are actually, I'm going to actually, what inspired me to do these or start this was there's something here in Hamilton called Art Crawl. I usually go down and try and sell my comic books. But I figure there's people there that sell paintings. So I figure, I can make these things during the month and sell them maybe there as well. Give a little bit more money. Um, some of it's, superhero related, some isn't. Um, so I just figured it was something that I could do more to sell at thing art crawl with my comics. Um, it was, a spur of the moment thing. Like we'll see how well it goes this month. The next one is June 14th. So hopefully that goes well. And I sell some the paintings. Um, I'm not sure what. And there's the thing too. Besides superhero stuff, I'm not sure what to paint. I am clueless in that area. I'm thinking scenery. I guess I could paint some boats or whatever. Um, these ones came in a package of three. I'm gonna go buy some more of these. I'm actually gonna do the Spider-Man symbol. Might do a couple others, Captain America. I'm not sure who else. That's not bad. Like three of these for $1.50 or something like that. Canvases, they're a little thin, and of course you can see me putting my little signature there. I know it looks like rat, but it's supposed to be an R with on the leg of the R, the one leg that just goes on the angle. I'm putting the circle for the RP, Rick Piper, and then of course I'm putting cross there, but it looks like rat. Hey Mike, how are you? Thank you for dropping by to say hi and all that. So maybe I'm gonna have to think of a different way to do that. Little painted ships and recognizable places around Hamilton. Something people can identify with. Yeah, for sure. That's partly a little bit I was thinking too, for sure. Um, I just gotta get in mode. This one turned out good. I used to like to draw those crazy looking bottom of the ocean fish, ocean life birds. It was fun. This was neat to do. But it's just scenery. I guess I could do boats easy enough. It's just expanding me. I guess it's getting a little bit out of my comfort zone. This was a little bit out of my comfort zone because I had no idea what I was uh, doing exactly how I was going to make it look even half decent. And you know, I don't think this looks too bad. You'll have to let me know what you think, guys. Here, and of course when it goes live, which this probably will be Sunday, Monday. The painting of this. So because this took me about half an hour, as well as the bat. That's your best work. Which one? This one? It's just the scenery. Good night, Spoon. You really did a good job on the trees painting. Oh yeah, except for the rat. Why rat? Well, as I said, it's not supposed to be rat. It's supposed to be an R, and then they, of course, on the leg of the arms, trying to make it into a P, which ends up more looking like an A, I guess. Um, and then I'm trying to do a cross, which ends up more looking like a T than a cross. So I got to rethink that, I guess, for sure. And you're probably just teasing me because I said the rat to begin with. And thank you for the compliment on the trees. Yeah, I just took a breath. Well, you'll see how I did it. Monday, Tuesday, or I should say Sunday, Monday. This because, like I said, I did the video for this today, and I should be doing. It should be going up Sunday, Monday. Like I said, I'm breaking things up into a max of 15-minute intervals. Hopefully, how was the sound on today's? I for those that watched today with the Canadian Shield, because I did start talking, I think, a little bit through it. Were you able to pick up on some of the background sound? I used a different mic than what I'm using here because uh, how much are you selling those paintings for? I was thinking these ones, these small ones, probably around 10, 15. And these ones, I guess I'm thinking 20, 25 Canadian. Plus shipping if it's going out to somebody that's not in Hamilton when I sell them, if they're being sold at, Hamilton Art Crawl. And shipping, I'm not sure how much is going to be. Depends on where and whatever. Uh, $50 is a lot, Rick. I didn't say 50. I said 15, 1-5, not 50. That's the one thing I haven't figured out yet. I was thinking, I mean the tree one. Um, well, the tree one and this one are about the same size. This one's the tree one is slightly wider, not much wider. It is a different material, but the canvases were just both got from the dollar store. So, um, again, and so I'm probably thinking like 25 Canadian plus, shipping. If I can't afford to buy an $80 painting, Rick, I have to pay my child support. Yeah. Well, I was just when I used the Canadian Shield one, I just because they're basically the same size, I was thinking it's about the same price. Although I did spend more time on the Canadian Shield one than the tree one, so I'm not sure whether I should charge more for the Canadian Shield because of that. But I was learning a little bit. I've been learning a lot. With these, as you can see, I'm learning as I go for this, some techniques or whatever. Best way to say it. I'm just saying I don't. I love how Canadian Goodnight Spoon just keeps increasing that money net. I don't think I have the gumption to charge $130 for anything that size yet. 25, and I'm talking, of course, talking Canadian funds, which is a little less for you guys in America. I have done a little bit of painting before, not a lot. What about what about 2 minutes? That was my next. But yeah, so yeah, we were supposed to have Chris and Diane on tonight talking about the Great Cyclopean #8, but she had something that she had to do last minute, get finished. Chris was exhausted. So hopefully we'll be having them on next week, and we'll probably be starting an hour earlier. And I was also saying this almost got put on my other channel by Piper because I didn't realize I had selected that on the StreamYard instead of my uh, Cross Comics account. So, but I noticed at like about 5 minutes too, because I had this up to go like since I don't know 2 or 3 this afternoon. Well, probably 3 or 4 because I set this up I think after I got home sometime, and I went out about noon, got home somewhere between 2 and 3 after doing those couple paintings. But yeah, anything you see that I am painting on these things is going to be available to be sold, obviously. Um, um, and whether I do sell it here at in Hamilton at Arcra, or whether somebody online wants to buy it and we send it to them, you should always start earlier than 2 a.m. You're always tired by 3. Well, of course, I'm talking 3 p.m. or not 2 a.m. or 2 p.m. I'm talking 2 p.m., 3 p.m., not 3 a.m. or 3 p.m. That was for earlier today. I went out about 12:51, walked over to where I was doing stuff. Yeah, I want to get around. I've been walking like about a 10-15 minute walk away from where I'm staying at the moment. I want to start figuring out new places to go. I meant 10 is too late. I'm actually starting to uh, wake up. I wasn't quite tired when I started this, but it was almost trying to get to this just to start. But talking and interacting is getting up. Also, hopefully in the next week or so or less, um, I'm, I, you your kid could live without child support for a month or two. Build characters. uh, but no, hopefully sometime this week. I started. Well, I'm not sure whether I should say started a channel, and it's not for me, but it's for my cousin. My cousin has a pretty good voice, and I'm gonna get her to be singing some gospel songs, more that are public domain or old hymns, a cappella style. No, I don't have kids. I think he's talking to you, good night to him, because you're the one that mentioned kids and child support. um, but hopefully, we'll get her the first song recorded. It's been a couple days, and we've been trying to be doing that. Um, probably the first one we're going to do is Amazing Grace. We're going to put up some sort of background. You're not going to see her, just see her singing a cappella and have some sort of background. I might put the words to it. I'm not sure. I don't have kids. I am child free. Well, you're the one that put in the chat earlier about kids and child support. Uh, Back when you said I can't afford $80, an $80 painting, Rick, I have to pay child support. I'm glad I don't have kids. I don't even have a house plant. Well, you have a house or an apartment or something like that. Uh, I don't have my own. Of course, I'm staying with my cousin. But as soon as I find work, and hopefully, I find out tomorrow. I had a interview last Thursday, a video interview, um, with a place called Home Depot, and I should be finding out by tomorrow sometime whether I get move on to the next stage. Um, to that, that interview seemed to go pretty well. I was able to connect with the person doing the interview quite well. She said I made her day because we talked a little bit about anime, superheroes, because of her kid and all that. because I just happened to mention about mine. You feel amazing grace glorifies slavery. Okay. I don't think that is something I would say. Well, unless you deleted it from YouTube, I don't know, but here in StreamYards, I can still see it too. Uh, Good night, Twin says I have house plants. My work plants are doing better. I like plants. I just don't have any, says cement. But yeah, I'm hoping that we can start getting her doing some songs, a cappella, various hymns, and all that. And that that is gonna start up once the first one gets on. I will probably put a link to it on the community page here. So look for that link for the community page in the next hopefully couple days. I hate plants. That's why I'm vegetarian. uh, uh, that is probably an imposter here to make me look. Well, it says Goodnight Spoon has blue, like you, has a wrench. So not look doesn't look any different than the one you did. So I don't think it's an imposter. What kind of vegetarian says Goodnight Spoon? Hey, and if everybody could like and share, let people know that we are here and talking about whatever we're uh, getting good. Oh, and how did you guys, for those that tuned in, how did you like last week's talking with? Um, and I take it by our discussion that we've had. I take it you guys are enjoying the painting videos. Um, and like I said, I did put a new one up today for Canadian Shield Part 5. That's ended up being 7, so I don't know, Rick. People do a lot with AI these days. It's probably yes, but there's only one Goodnight Spoon on this channel that has a wrench. Goodnight Spoon, and that's you. I don't pick ripe plants. I don't water them until they die. Then I eat them. It's probably AI, Joshua. Yeah, well, I guess somebody could who already has a wrench could change their name. Hey, how's it going, bro, Rick? Pretty good. How are you, Sketchbook? Just been talking about a bunch of things. Have you caught any of my painting videos? We were talking a bit about them. I was showing off what I've done and what's the next couple that are going to be going up there. Uh, Although I finished it, but there's two more parts to it to go up. Of course, I finished the Canadian Shield. So, and the thing that made a real good difference is I got a different paint. Only the first one. Oh, so you've only seen the one for Canadian Shield emblem. Well, there is one for the S Shield up there now, and there's 5 parts of the 7-part series for Canadian Shield. What types of paints are you using? Um, uh, First, well, I'm still using them a bit. I got this pack of like 24 paints in these small things. I'm not sure whether they're acrylic or water based, but I've got a whole bunch of them here. I thought for $4 or $5 it'd be good to start. But the white in these was shit, especially when I was painting on this spoon scam. That reminds me. Did you hear Canva is getting sued for being a scam? Oh, didn't somebody mention them to me? And although I've used these types in the past, I now don't have a lot of these colors. I bought 4. I bought red, bright red, black, a blue, and the white. Yes, I know. I was being a little sarcastic. Uh, I think they said scam. It was a couple of weeks ago, maybe a month. Forgot to bring it up. So, yeah, I'm using some of these now. I might expand these. I used to have a whole bunch of these before I moved, but when I moved and all that, I didn't decide to store them. I threw them all out. So, but the white ended up changing things really a lot for this. So, and then, of course, that's the Canadian Shield I did. And then this will be going up in a couple days after the Canadian Shield is finished. We got the bat symbol. Not quite as good as I wanted to come out, but. And then just a nothing superhero related, just some scenery. So, and of course, these are all for sale. And that's what got me into doing it. There's something in the city called Art Crawl that happens once a month, second Friday of every month. I go down and try to sell my comic books. Do you prep the canvas first? No, I don't do anything to the canvas. I just buy canvases from the dollar store and start with it there. You got to drop the rat cross. It's not good branding. True, true, true. I've got to I thought the way that I was trying to do the RP plus adding a cross in there was good, but yeah, you're right. It doesn't look good. Elk, parasocial. Luckily, I only have it on what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces. I'll sell you my signature for my old identity. But yeah, I had the idea that because I'm going down this art crawl to sell my comics, other people are selling paintings and all that. Why not just have this extra little thing, see whether it'll sell or not? Worst case scenario, I just figured do it a little bit for trying to get as many as I can done for till June 14th, and also make videos out of them for YouTube. And if they sell, I will make more. And if they don't, well, I won't. I'm gonna be buying some more of these cheap canvases. These ones that come three in a pack for like $1.50, $2, something like that. I feel I'm leaving Tibetan monks unemployed. The burning incense I got from China. uh, Pistachio Pacho something girl. I don't know what you're saying. Good night, Spoon. I think that's a question to thing Wormwood. Good choice. Okay, so I haven't put the link out anywhere for people to come on. Not pistachios. Pachu? Patchouli? It's a patchouli. I got a patchouli. It makes me kind of ruly. Or is that unruly? Makes me think I'm a rebel. Rebola. I got a patchouli. It makes me think I'm a rebel. Patchouli. 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 Wait, what rat? Oh, just the signature that I've been trying to do with my name looks sort of like rat. I did my R, and then I put the loop on it to on the one extension of the leg of the thing to make it into a P, but it ends up more looking like an A. And then I do a cross, which ends up more looking like a T, and thus rat. But hopefully that stuff will sell. You know, I got to buy myself a few more canvases, um, because let's workshop the signature here now on stream. Uh, well, I'm not sure whether I have anything to draw on. Well, technically, my oh, here's something that I did when I was. Are you still job hunting, Rick? Yes, I am still job hunting. I had an interview last, as I was saying earlier. I had a video job interview last Thursday. It seemed to go well. I should know by tomorrow for sure whether I'm moving on to the next stage. The interview seemed to go well, but it probably did go well. But unfortunately, when you're competing with who knows how many people, it's got to go more than well, right? Where's your tablet? Uh, Post at the canvas. I'll email you $5. Oh, okay. But here's something I did while I was in Chilliwack. It was the pastor of the church I was going to. I drew it while in the audience while he was on stage. I wish people would stop asking you that. What about the job hunting? Let's see. Is there anything else there I could show? Here's a picture of the flame that I did. Yeah. It's just part of the thing, people are concerned. Here's one of the ways. Well, I care about Rick and ask because I know he wants one here. And I went to Employment Hamilton. That's something like the Work BC that I went to out there, but they seem a little bit more with it. Here's although it's not really even close to done, it's just a minorly sketched out just positions or somewhat positions. And that's Joe's Angels. Just doing Scarlet, Lady J, and CoverGirl. That's good, Rick. I'll keep you in my prayers with that. Yeah, so hopefully I find out tomorrow. Hopefully I get that one, or at least get on to the next stage. That would be nice. Oh, I hope you apply to social services so you can share some cash with your cousin. Well, I have not applied to social services just because therein lies the problem. My cousin is on a version of social services, disability, and if I'm here paying her rent or saying I'm paying her rent, that could affect her check. Um, and can't I don't want to do anything to affect her check. Obviously, with the money that I have in the bank, I buy groceries and stuff like that, and there's food banks that I can go to and that to get groceries. So I participate that way. I help her out around the apartment, um, and I'd love to go get a place, but the rents are so damn expensive, and like it's hard to find a place for like $500 here in Ontario. The max for a single person on welfare is 733, and you're lucky if you can get rent for 733 for a room. Yeah, I should ask. Oh, it's not. I don't care. Spoon. It's just well, I don't. For me, it doesn't add to any pressure. Not really, anyways. Good night, Spoon. Like I said, I know you guys. You're probably wondering what's happening, and of course, like I'm trying to keep you guys the best informed as I can. Some people come after I have addressed it or whatever, said something. Um, and I don't think he means accountable to him necessarily, but just oh, make sure I am doing the job hunting. Yeah, some things are emotionally difficult, not physically difficult. True, true, true. Like I have no problem being on social services. It's just that I don't want to affect my cousin in a negative way. I don't want her to be out financially in whatever way. Not to me. We believe in share. same father. But I started working on creating more characters. Believe it or not, I haven't done much with them, but some of them are based on the fairy tales that I was thinking about doing stuff to a while back. A couple weeks ago, I was talking to about my World War One heroes. So one of them is Lighthouse. Rick takes responsibility for his actions and decisions. I don't see where. And then there's Lumberjack, and Lumberjack is using from uh, Little Red Riding Hood, and that to his sidekick would be Little Red Riding Hood or Riding Hood. We'd have the Big Bad Wolf as the like a big bad for the World War One era. Shepherd would be another hero. I haven't really created a lot of villains for that era, but Rod and Staff, I got that from the 23rd Psalm. And I was thinking making Snow White into a superhero. I already also have another one called the Brit, and of course the Peruvian shield, Peruvian shield. No, not Peru. The one that for elk is a biblical thing. Yeah. Peruvian or Peru. And I don't think I don't remember the part where. Well, it doesn't say you shouldn't be employed. It says those who are unwilling to work shall not eat. Unwilling to work, though. So, although most people try and quote it as those not those who do not work won't eat, but I actually read it one time, quite some time ago, and it seemed more if you were unwilling. And I am more than willing to work. I've tried to work. It feels uncomfortable. If he feels uncomfortable, you can tell me. Oh, you can't. Well, he can, but it seems a little crazy. We talk about people taking offense for other people all the time. Um, I remember the part where it says not to pass judgment. I don't think Sketch is passing judgment on me for sure. He's just he's interested in my life. I put myself out there here for this, right? Good night, Spoon. So I half invite it just by being here and sharing in my life with you guys, with what I'm going through and all that. Although this is initially for my comics and stuff. And of course, those who don't work should eat, but God knows your heart. Plus, he's not without compassion for your mourning brother. Yeah. But yeah, there's a big thing too. For those that want to pray that I can find a place if I'm going to go on social assistance, that I can find an apartment for about $500 a month, because really that's about all you can afford here in Ontario. Maybe 600, because then you got your bus pass, maybe a hydro. There's a whole bunch of different things. I'm not taking offense where I'm pointing the very clear 7 years of experience of Rick not taking advice, bringing this up constantly is. Well, I don't think Goodnight Spoon is, or Sketchbook is feigning uh, concern. Two, I do take advice. I just weigh whatever advice is given to me and see whether it pertains to me or whether I think it does or whatever. I've taken many advice from you guys, some yes, some no. Um, my Google says Ontario disability benefits will not be affected as long as you are not living common law in your cause. You and so assuming. No. Well, I don't know whether this is still in existence. Uh, but back some number of years ago when I was on um, welfare, um, they had co-residency reduction, whether you were common law or not. Just but plus I only asked. I'm just saying. Uh, well, I think he's just the 7 years is just about me being on here. Um, and actually, I don't think it's been 7. I think it's been more 6. But yeah. And let's try not argue over this, guys. Um, either you're both looking out for me. Goodnight Spoon and Sketchbook. You both have my best interest at heart. That's what matters. And Elk too. Uh, 2018 to 2024. Yeah, it's probably 6. I'll drop the subject. Let's see your signature. Well, geez, you want to know something? I didn't do it. Yeah, and all this talk about other stuff. No, wait, that's 7, right? Yeah, well, I didn't start till, well, technically it started April. We're going into the 7th year. We're in the middle of the 7th. It hasn't been a full 7 yet. I'm not. I'm just telling you. Yeah, I'm not saying anybody is arguing. I don't want it to develop into that, and I don't want any animosity between you two. Not that you would or he would necessarily. It's just okay. As for a signature, of course, a regular signature. This is mine. I don't know what I would do with my B there. That is my, excuse the middle part there, but that's basically my regular signature. Of course, I can't really sign like that on painting because it's harder. I only met Rick after he launched the last issue one of Canadian Shield. Yeah, so you only met me when I launched the Canadian Shield issue one. You guys weren't Hammer fans. You should be. If not, Rick's signature would be great as a month. I guess maybe I shouldn't. I really want to include the cross, but maybe I shouldn't. No, spin. A truth. Truth. Uh, so I could do something just like an R and a P like that. I guess I could just the cross. I guess the cross, doesn't really go. I could just go RP. I did something a while back because Mallet, for those that know who Mallet is, was wanting me to come up with a signature thing. Or I could just extend things like that. That one there. It's not really anything special. Creepy YouTube. Just put Warhammer in my recommendations. Or I could do something like that one there. Unless you radically change the cross, have it underneath the RP with the long end towards the right. Google has spyware on YouTube. It's owned by Google. Yeah, so you're probably more talking like that, right? Al? Yes, I could just add a cross underneath that one like that. Do you need the cross? So I don't need the cross for sure. I don't need it. I guess I was just, wanting it. Part of my representing me, my Christian part. But even just the RP is, not fancy. So you like just the RP. Now let me make that bigger. Like that there. Because no matter if I include the cross or not, it's going to look like a T, unfortunately. They're not supposed to be, it's not supposed to be fancy. It's supposed to be quick and uniquely you. Well, yeah, there's the thing. Well, by fancy, I mean uniquely me. That's the part that I'm talking about. It's a bit plain, just the RP like that, but I guess it works. Could put a cross in the R like that. Underneath the cross laying on the ground with the long part to the right, the cross piece parallel to the left. Okay, I don't quite get that. Cross underneath laying on. Okay, you talking about? I almost did another R. Are you talking something like that, Elk? Brick my real signature is like semi. Hard to describe via text. Yes, for sure. Things can be, but I don't mind that one, and I also don't mind the one where I put the cross in the top of the R. What do you guys think of those two? The one in the loop of the R. I'm not sure what you call it. Again, I don't need the cross, but it just adds something to make it unique. You can write RP on a line. I will be back if I can. Okay, well, thanks for stopping by, Sketch. Appreciate your concern. Okay, write RP on a line, a single line, horizontal, like a written text. Okay, so okay, then leave a blank line. Do some ricks. Do some pipers. Do some brick pipers. If it gets down to RP naturally, let it happen naturally. Yeah, well, I'm trying to simplify it just because, um, unless I actually take a marker to signing it with paint, even printing my name in paint is a pain in the ass. That's why I was trying to make it sort of simple with the RP and the cross, the way I did. That turned out rat. Okay, so uh, then draw the long part of the cross horizontally one Okay, so I think that's what you're saying to do up here. Oh, I understand, but put it simply, it has to exist to be simplified. Yes, well, true, it has to exist to be simplified. But my name exists. I know what my name is, and simply simplifying it to my initials is, and then put the cross piece on the ground to the left. Okay, so I don't think I got what you said. Then leave a blank line. Okay, so you and then leave try some natural RPs. Can I post photos in chat? No, I don't believe you can, unfortunately. You could send me an email of a picture. I could always go check my email if you tell me you sent it. Then, okay, so and leave a blank line. Uh, and draw along the long part of the cross on the horizontal line below, extending it past the R on the left. Okay, so you're thinking maybe the one above blank line? Right. So the RP is at the bottom of the cross? Which Rick CJ Piper or Rick Piper, take your pick. Oh, Rick CJ Piper at yahoo.ca or just Rick Piper at crosscomics.ca. Take your pick. Just tell me which one you're doing it to. Cross Comics or Yahoo. Okay, so those are some interesting thoughts on my. Let me check my emails. I'm not sure whether you would have sent it yet or not, but I can open them up. Okay, my emails are opened up for whenever you send it to whichever one. And hopefully everybody's hit that like button and shared this out. Um, what else can we talk about? We've talked about my signature, talked about painting, talked about my cousin and her possible channel. Talked about what was supposed to go on this week. It's probably going to come on next week, but a little earlier. So that might mean Alcott might have to make a choice. Mike or here? Mike or here? Mike or here? Geez, I wonder which one he'll pick. Maybe he'll do both. Rick, ignoring all external influences, including intent, how do you personally feel about being asked or told what to do to improve your life? It was a little inconsiderate of me to ask. Well, how do I feel personally about being asked about my life? What's going on? I don't have any problem. Told, unless somebody's living it, it's hard for anybody to tell you really what to do. Well, obviously, I know I need to do certain things, like get a job, These are, there's certain things that you should do or whatever. Yeah, I get that. And I don't mind people giving advice, obviously. I have to weigh whatever advice they give me based on whatever knowledge I have other than what they're saying. Um, like I'd like to, in some ways, I'd like to get on welfare, but like I said, the most that they give you is $733. I think that's the top. And it's hard to even find a room for $500 or even $600, and you can't survive on that, a room or whatever, or you can't survive on that. No, that's a month, 733 a month Canadian, and um, you're lucky to find a room for $500 or $600. No, 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 not I wish it was a week. No, that's 733 a month. And most rooms are now going for 700, 800, $900. Some are even 1,000. You might be able to get one for the 500 if you want willing to share the room. In other words, somebody else sleeping in the room with you, the same room as you. And that's not really something I want, especially if I'm paying $500. Yeah, 730. Oh, Rick, can you? Uh, we lost 2 employees this week. Well, sorry to hear that. Unfortunately, I can't come down and do that job. I don't even know what the job is. I might be qualified, I might not. But like I put Monday through Friday, I probably put out a minute between 4 and 5 resumes on average a day. Sometimes it's less, sometimes it's more. Um, and 40% of our direct labor left halfway through the day. Ooh, not good. But yeah, so it's you know, and I might be underestimating it, sitting at 4 or 5. But then again, I'm trying to average it for the days that I only do 1 or 2, and the days that I do 6 or 7, depending on what's on Indeed. I probably got to start looking elsewhere. I've got an appointment at that employment counts with the employment counselor on Monday for 1 o'clock. I think it is. Well, it's like oh, okay. I see what you mean. Now, oh, and I will do a drawing up myself to show. I'm not happy that we're short staffed, but I'm feel that we have less people there who hate their job. You see where I'm going with this? Yeah. And there is what Elk was trying to describe to me, basically, which is neat for sure. It's almost similar to what I thought for that one down there. Similar, but not quite. Hey, Metal, how are you? What are you up to? How'd your show go? I don't know whether you're willing to come on or can come on, but you know what? I'm going to send you an invite over on Twitter. Uh, I'll put my headphones in. just in case. I like metal shows, but his chat is creepy. Yes, it can be. Oh, helps if I plug my headphones in too. I can't see the others. They are too small and dark. Okay, so I'll hit that off. That off. Oh. So you can't see the other signatures or potential. I shouldn't see signatures on it. Would I call that a signature? What would you call that a signature, or is that just? Well, I guess it's a signature in a sense, right? I'm signing it in a sense. Just it's not my signature. It's my stamp of approval. Although it's not a stamp. It went well enough. Well, I'm not sure. I'm not sure whether that sounds good or bad. Metal sounds like it could have improved, but it could have been worse. It leans more logo than signature. Okay, that sounds good. Logo. I like that. My logo. My logo. I got a key of Saint Benedict this week. Okay. So I don't think Metal's coming on, although I sent him the thing. Yes, an artist's signature. But that's all right if Metal can't come on. Yeah, we've been talking about a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Trying to come up with a artist signature or slash logo for me to do put on paintings because the one that I have been putting on um, isn't quite as good as it should be. Or isn't what it really should be. He's probably delousing from the boys because what I have done looks like I spelled rat, although that wasn't my intention. Yeah, the signatures you tried to show were very too small and darkly lit to see on my phone. Oh, okay. Well, that could be it too, because on your phone, uh, depending on the camera, those are some. I hope that's a little bit better. Hope you were able to see them a little bit better that way. Elk. her social. So we've gone a lot longer than I thought I would tonight, which is good. I'm just running out of stuff to talk about, and uh, we don't have a big audience tonight, so there's not a lot going on in the chat, which again is all right. It reads RIP to me. Rest in peace. Yeah. I can see that, how it could be that for a couple of them for sure. Well, over the next couple of paintings, I will try a few different of them, and we'll see how they turn out. And of course, by next week, I'll have 2 or 3 paintings done. Rick, let's learn Godot together. What is Godot? I like mine best, but could refine it a bit. I just slapped it down. But yeah, I will. Hopefully I'll have 3 or 4 done for next week, and I will put a different signature/logo on each of them. Coding, video games, and junk. Well, that does sound interesting, Good Night Spoon, because I would like to make some um, cross comics video games. I've always thought of the Street Fighter type ones, but I would like to do something else too. Um, Back when Freedom Force was a thing, I was actually using it to try and create my characters in Freedom Force and do the Canadian Shields sort of issue in that. Do it on stream. uh, Godo. Uh, what do learning Godo on stream? I guess I could do that. I don't know. When I get my own place, that's something else I'm going to do. I'm probably going to step up a lot of my YouTube again when I can set things up, have all my crap, and set things up the way I want. So that, oh yeah, that's something that I did too. I went to a intercultural food night on Saturday. And that was at a church that I used to go to. It used to be called International Food Night. Basically, they have a bunch of tables set up with different little small dishes, little cups or whatever you want to call them, with a little bit of food from something that they made up of for their country, and that was good. I got a taste of like stuff from China, Philippines, Jamaica, uh, Scotland, England, Canada. I know there's a whole bunch more places. I like that Elk knows how to pronounce it, mainly because that's how I pronounced it. And then Season Coder called it Godot. I was like, what? You You will make a cartoon shield with AI in 3 years tops. If you want in on this venture. Yeah, somebody actually on the Discord, Alpha Proto put a link to an AI for doing cartooning. So so I thought about that. It would be neat to do. Unfortunately, the program's from China, so I'm like a little hesitant to download it and put it on my computer. But you think I would make a? I'll make a cartoon in 3 years with the shield using AI? You have a lot of faith in me. Oh, Rick, we're talking about learning to code together. I'm not make AI. Neither am I, but well, I'm talking about making a tune, not coding, but um, upset about the AI cartoon. And of course, I was talking with you talking about that. I was talking about a video game because you said video game, and I said I'd like to do a Street Fighter type, Mortal Kombat type. I've thought about that for years. Yeah, yeah, you should see EVS's cartoon intros. They are almost cartoons now. Cool. You have to do it now. You have 2 students signed up already. Yeah, but I don't even know what I'm doing for coding like that for a video game. Is there anywhere to learn this? I guess there's probably some sort of YouTube channel, right? It's not like I can pay to do it. I should download that AI program, see what I can do for the cartoon, see whether I can. Yeah, do Godot is free. Oh, okay. The code, yeah, but is that the software that's free? Is that a type of coding? I see the Godot and I think of Gal Dagot. Gal Dagot? Gal Dagot. Godot. Godot. Sounds Israeli, I guess, then. Look it up now on stream. We'll learn the answer to your question together. Okay, I guess I can look that up. What is Godot? Godot. Migrating animations Godot from 4.2 4.2 to 4.3. This could be a thing. Your free open source game engine. Develop your 2D and 3D games, cross platform projects. Uh, EVS has one guy editing his intros. Yonana. Oh, I think I know who you're talking about. He's halfway between editing and cartoons already. Wonder Woman is still Gal Dukat. It's not Gal Dukat. Yes, I know Wonder Woman is not Gal Dukat. If she was Gal Dukat, she would not be very pretty. She's gal to go. She's the gal to go to. Godot Godot is a cross-platform, free, and open-source game engine. So it sounds like another one that I remember. I forget what it was called. Released under the permissive MIT license. It was initially developed in Buenos Aires by Argentina software developers Juan Linkes and Ariel Manzu for several companies in Latin America prior to the public release in 2014. Oh, so it's been around. Unity, I think, is the one that I was thinking about. The development environment runs on many platforms and can export to several more. It's just designed to create 2D and 3D game targeting PC, mobile, and web platforms. It can also be used to develop non-game software, including editors. Okay, so there's the basics. And that's from Wikipedia. Then it goes into features and all that. Jeez. I am tempted for sure. Godot, not Godot. Yeah, unfortunately, I see go, and then dot. To me, that's Godot, not not Godot. So it might take me a while to remember to say Godot and not Godot. But it's a different language. That's why it's Godot and not Godot. Okay, so I'm actually just downloading the engine 4.4.2.2. You live in French Canada. Godot should be natural for you. I do not live in French Canada. Thank you very much. I do not live in Quebec. Quebec. I live in Ontario. I don't even live in French Hamilton. Hamilton is not that French name. Monsieur, monsieur. French Ontario. I don't live in French Ontario. This is English, not this is Ontario. We are English, not French. You confuse us with Quebec French fries. Okay, I do eat French fries, but I believe the French fries were not even developed and made by the French to begin with. So I don't know why French fries are called French fries when the French have nothing to do with the fries. Although the French will fry a lot of things, like frog legs, they will probably even fry the escargot. Good enough for me. And of course, I'm using French means cut on long strips. Oh, metal is still here. Okay, so French fries is just mean cut in long stripped fries. Okay, that makes the French cut in long strips with the fries. Where does that come in? Rick, you eat French fries. Good though. Shit, good night. I'll talk to you tomorrow, Spoon. And Rat. Night Elk. Night Elk. Thanks for stopping by. Good talking to you. This means Metal was ghosting you. No, it just means he wasn't coming on air. Uh, they were French fried potatoes. Long stripped fried potatoes. Okay. Originally and eventually, due to laziness, just became French fries. Okay. So the fries is fried, long strip fried potatoes. Okay, I guess that makes sense. Now we know the origin of French fries, sort of. At least the origin of the name. We, do we know where they originally were developed? Ghosts don't come on air. Sometimes they do because they want to haunt you. They like to appear in the background on your videos sometimes and try to scare people or say, "Ooh, what was that?" People look at it later. Oh, what was that face there behind you? That's nobody we know of. He's just probably Metal's probably just busy in real life, so he probably cannot make it on air. Especially with having just done his show, probably. Although we're down to Rick, may I share my favorite Canadian song with you? I guess so. I might not share with everybody else though. Oddly, it was invented in Belgium, which is near France. Ah, okay. Cool. Metal. At least it was in Europe, right? Just in Europe itself makes it near France. You know, not like it was they were made in, the States or Canada. But of course, Canada made fries better when they made them poutine. Okay, this means I'm gonna have to go over to YouTube. Go live. Look in here. No, I'm gonna have to click on this. Of course, it's a song from South Park. Figures. I'm watching In and Out, but I didn't eat before my show, and it has been cooking, eating time. Yeah, no problem, Metal. We're good. Good night, Spoon. It's just time to tease, troll, you, me. He's just trying to do his thing. I would probably pick food over a job offer too. Well, I think we're pretty much almost done here. We've really talked out a lot of stuff. We're down to about what, 10 minutes there? 20 minutes to. Uh, oh, oh, 11:43, so almost quarter to. Especially since between the two things, I can prove that the food in my house is actually real. Okay, good night says my night spoon says my name. Undertaker thoughts like the job or the wrestler. Good night, spoon. The wrestler was all right, little over the top. Um, the job, well, the job's real. I'm just very hungry. And the job of Undertaker, it's a really. I'm not sure whether that job exists, at least not in the way that it would have in the Old West, one that prepared. They're now usually called morticians, I believe, not so much undertakers. That's the one where you dig graves, right? No, the Undertaker, at least in the Old West days, is the ones that made the coffins and maybe the tombstones, fitted people for the coffins. I might have used the wrong title because I don't think ones that dug the graves would be grave diggers, right? The title that for those that dig graves, it was just a grave digger. Metal says, just as I was saying. I think morticians basically do a lot of the jobs of what we used to call for the Undertaker. Because, I remember a lot of Old West movies, somebody met the Undertaker would measure somebody's body for the coffin or whatever before when they thought they were going to be in a shootout and lose. Like Back to the Future 3, you see the guy measuring Marty. That would have been the Undertaker. On a serious note, though, Metal, do you have any interest in electronics repair? Undertaker in this context is short for a funeral. Undertaker, they handle almost all funeral services, mostly sizing closed coffins and preparing the headstones as well as all business around it. Hypothetically asking for a friend. Not gay. Yeah, so almost the mortician. Well, actually, he's doing I guess, the job of mortician, funeral director, a few jobs. The Undertaker has been divided into various jobs. Hey, Tim, not much. Just been talking about this, that, and everything else in between. How goes things? I'm already I all usually do electronic repair depending on what the electronic device is. Mostly old radio repair, walkie talkies, and stuff like that. Go away, don't. No, I stay because it peeves you off. Shows could be over, but could not be over. Could have another 12 minutes or so. Melvin Zero is available on Amazon. Awesome, awesome. It's awesome as a possum, living like a rossum. Ba da 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 awesome. Awesome possum. You know what? I think we will try and make it the next 12 minutes. We'll get 12 minutes away, from midnight, so I'm sure we can talk about nothing for 12 minutes. We've been talking about nothing for almost 2 hours. Well, if you have any interest in mirrorless cameras and lenses and feel like heading east, I can get you a job. basically a job where he lives in Massachusetts. And Timothy, make sure you're hitting that like button and sharing this out. There, if anyone wants to get a copy of Melvin Zero. Hopefully, it's not a big fat zero, the comic. Hopefully, it's a 10 thumbs up. Hopefully, it's a 10 out of 10. He's a hero, not a zero. No, wrong. I could be talking Asia, Rick. You don't know. True, true, true. It has a 4-page bonus story never seen before. Ooh. Intriguing. Yeah, I gotta talk to RJ. I got everything done for the lettering for what needed to be done. So I've got to fill in like 4 or 5 pages. I'm just trying to decide whether I want um, George's idea for a cover or whether I want to get a different cover for the collection. There's a thing. Rex, what's the latest gossip in your corner of the internet? Um, I don't know. I don't follow gossip. Um, there's a question, guys. Should I get a unique cover for the collection of Canadian Shield 1, 2, and Snowdrift 1 that RJ wants to put together? Or should I do what George suggested and put pages from them on the cover with just something of, cross comics collection? I'm not sure what the title's going to be yet. What do you think would look better? Like maybe a picture of Canadian Shield and Snowdrift together on the cover. Uh, was it math? Was it Coke? What does anyone have against Pepsi? I have nothing against Pepsi, except Coke is better. Pizza George? Yes, Pizza George. Just because, to me, he says it's like a foolproof cover that attracts people's attention, but a whole bunch of the pages on it with, I forget what he said, doesn't really attract me, anyways. Uh, that is probably the craziest thing you've ever said, Rick. Rick, how could you? How could I what? What's probably the craziest thing I ever said? Oh, probably the Coke thing. Yeah, yeah. Okay, Coca Cola is better than Pepsi Cola. Does that sound better? Can you imagine Mad Max movie set in Canada? Probably because that's probably where Mad Max was filmed, or one of them. there would be car crashes and people apologizing as they kill or die. Like Stargate SG-1, a lot of it, and Atlantis was filmed in Vancouver. There's a bunch of stuff that was filmed in Vancouver, actually. TV series. I think the newest MacGyver series was filmed there too. Actually, I think all the Stargate TV series were filmed there. Mad Max, Sorry Road. When the apocalypse comes, we know what side Rick is on, and this is, and it isn't the right one. Here says good night. Oh, oh, oh. So that Godot, I might actually check it out this week. Good night, Spoon. Rick, will Canadian version of Rick will be Canada. Rick will be the Canada version of Immortal or whatever. Joe, I'm not sure who you're talking about there. The Cold Wars have begun. Uh, hey, Jeff. You're getting here right as we're about to end. Listen, one of these sodas was once the sixth largest naval superpower, and the other was Coca Cola. You got got you running in the background while I work on other things. Awesome. Glad that you had me running during that time instead of war boys. You should have war mounties. We sort of do. But then again, Canada has its own military and it's not the Mounties. We have real soldiers that beat you Americans in war games. Just remember that, eh? We were able to beat you guys in the war games, eh? But it's that time, folks. So Thanks everybody for coming around, being in the chat, chatting with me. It's having you nice. It was great having you all here. Timothy's like, instead of yelling, witness me, they'll yell, sorry. Actually, Canada in War, you don't want to mess with Canada in War. Go check out videos on World War One and World War Two. When we go to war, we're not pretty people. You don't want to mess with a Canadian at war. There's a huge difference between games and the real thing, right? Yeah, there is. And Canadians are not people that you want to mess with in the thing. Damn, I think Zed and Odysseus. I think I have Zed and Odysseus. Yeah. World War One and World War Two. We had the best friends in the world. Yeah, I know. Well, we were scary people in wars. They 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 took we went in war and we took no prisoners. We were merciless. Clock turquoise looking up your face, orange TV shape yellow, whatever, Zen Odysseus beyond Maple Dome. When did YouTube get interesting emojis? Who knows? Anyways, before I keep reading these things and keep going on, it is 12 o'clock. It's time to end. Thanks everybody for stopping by. Make sure to be checking out painting videos. This one's going to be coming up Sunday, Monday, and we got some others in between now and then. Hopefully you like them and share them out, and we'll have other ones coming up. So bye for now. God bless. Love you all. Have a great and wonderful day, and we'll catch you all later. Bye for now. God bless. Have a great and wonderful night, day, whatever. See you next week for sure. Hopefully.